Hey, good morning, you guys. We're going to get started with a little yoga shape situation in a couple of minutes. And I just wanted to let you know that if you are an avid yoga practitioner and you decide to join us for today's practice, you are more than welcome to not use weights, not add the cardio in, and just kind of go in through your flow once we go through some flows. I do like to tell people that this class, normally it's very much set to music. We're not using music right now so that we can also use these online. So put on your favorite music while this is on. I know that Laura's probably gonna have some Rihanna in there. And we will get started in just a couple of minutes. Make sure you can also use blocks if you want. Like I said, we've got weights, grab a towel. I've definitely got my water bottle with me today, so just stay hydrated. We're gonna have fun. I'm a little nervous because I have not worked out in front of anyone in a while. Like I said, this is definitely a workout class. It probably is gonna be, well, it's definitely gonna be different from Tara. It's definitely gonna be different from what you've been doing on core with Alexis, but I hope you have a good time with me today, and we'll get started in about 1 more minute, okay? So go grab the stuff that you need, and we'll get rolling, okay? Oh, hi guys. Hi Janine. Hi Raylyn. Hi Ariana, Crystal. So glad you guys are with me. I can't wait to see you in person again. Hey Tiffany. So we'll get started in just a few seconds, okay? Okay, just a little reminder, if you didn't grab a hand towel, make sure you have that. There's gonna be some options to do stuff with weights. You don't have to use the weights, and we'll get rolling. It's 10 a.m. Happy Tuesday, you guys. Today we're gonna get started on our backs. Traditionally in this class, we get started on our backs just to give us a moment to kind of relax and kind of let everything open up. So feel the spine on the floor. I'm gonna lay down with you guys. Go ahead and put your head towards the back of your mat. And as soon as I roll down, I can no longer see my computer screen, so hopefully everybody's still with me. I gotta do a little, put my hair up asana really quick. Here we go. So as you lay down on your spine, turn the palms face up. Just get in that nice shavasana position. Get comfortable, close your eyes. Take 3 really big, deep belly breaths. You can take your hands to the belly if you want. You can make a little diamond shape or a triangle shape. Place it over the belly button. And as you inhale, see if you can expand the hands apart from one another. The first fingers and the thumbs move away from one another because the breath is so big. As you exhale, pull that belly button back to the spine. Let those fingers come back to touch. Inhale, inflate the belly, fill the lungs. Feel that spine grow a little longer. Exhale and release. Let's do 1 more, just like that. Inhale. This time, hold in that prana. Take a deep breath. Pause. And then whenever you're ready, just slowly let that breath slip out of the mouth. If you put your hands on your belly, let's go ahead and take the hands, palms face up. You can bring the soles of the feet together, or legs can be long, whatever's more comfortable for you. Close your eyes and just continue to feel the breath. As soon as you just start to engage and interact with the breath, recognizing how it's moving today, we subtly begin to change it all on its own. So as you rest here comfortably, just begin to let each thought that wanders into your mind kind of roll off into the next breath. And so we're gonna be here for a short time together. And so right now is your chance to just kind of leave all the crap, all the BS outside of this room. On the next inhale, go ahead and lengthen the legs, stretch the arms up and overhead. Take a deep stretch, the low back comes up away from the floor. Really lengthen out, short the shoulders up into the ears, point the toes. And then as you exhale, go ahead and slowly press the low back to the floor, lengthen the tailbone, and then slowly pull the knees in. So these pants are a little big for me, so if I look like Chris Farley at any point during our practice yanking my pants up, I'm going to apologize in advance for that. Go ahead and do a few little knee spirals here, rounding out through the low back, pressing through the hips. And then you can go ahead and switch directions. I'm also going to give you a disclaimer if you've got small children in here. I did really good without dropping any F-bombs or swearing in yoga church on Sunday morning, but sometimes when we hit some mountain climbers, you might hear something fly, so if you need to throw some headphones on, now's a good time to do it. Go ahead and slowly extend your left leg long, hug that right knee in, and just start to be really mindful about how the body feels. I know that I'm used to doing this practice and this workout in a really heated room. I've cranked my heat in my house to 75, which is not nearly hot enough for my cold little toes, so we're going to take some time to try and warm up the body a little bit if you're anything like what I'm experiencing. Go ahead and send that leg up to the sky, grab hold of the back of the knee, and we're going to just flex and point the toe a couple times. That lower leg can either be lifted and elevated if you want to start to engage those lower abdominals, or you can let it rest here and just continue to warm up the body and focus on the right side. Now notice if you're grabbing the back of the leg and you're kind of rounded here, see if you can relax a little bit. It's okay if this knee bends just a tiny bit. Go ahead and draw some little circles now with that foot, that ankle. Taking a couple deep breaths here. Switch directions. Deep, full belly breath still. Good. Go ahead and slowly pull that knee in towards the armpit now. And then come into a half happy baby. Grab hold with those peace fingers. Grab hold of that big toe and pull that knee open. Press the thigh bone to the floor. Really reach down and press the left hip towards the floor. Extend and lengthen. Press the thigh bone into the mat on that long leg. Good. So from here, we're going to go ahead and slightly bend that left knee. Pick the hips up. Push them to the right just a little bit. And then slowly take a twist, making sure both shoulder blades stay on the mat, turning over that right shoulder. That leg can be straight. If you want to grab hold of the foot, you can. Or you can just rest here. That long leg can be bent slightly. That's fine. Just trying to wake up the spine a little bit here. And slowly come back. Replace the hips so that they're centered again. Hug both knees into the chest. Give them a tight squeeze. This time, as you exhale, curl your nose into your knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Pressing the hips down towards the floor. And then slowly begin to lengthen the right leg as you hug the left knee in. Oops, I'm kicking my water bottle here. Good. Remember, you can keep that leg elevated if you want, or it can be on the ground. Just keep that foot active. Good. And then just kind of find your way in here with that leg on the left side, making sure that space is equidistant between the hips and the rib cage on both sides. Body's nice and long. Send that heel to the sky on the left. Good. And that leg is straight-ish. If it wants to bend, go ahead and let it. I want you to try to relax the upper body as much as possible. And we'll just begin to flex and point that foot. This practice, I prefer to do it without shoes on, especially because we are practicing. Foot dexterity is going to be really important. It's going to actually strengthen the feet and those joints and all those little bones that make up the foot. They're going to get a nice little workout too, just from having placement on the floor. Go ahead and round out and do some circles here. But if you feel like you've got unstable ankles for anything that we're going to be doing, or we're going to be jumping or doing a little bit of plyometrics today, reverse directions, go ahead and throw some shoes on. It's okay. When I use my shoes, I'm usually on my pogo mat. I love those mats because they're great for working out and for yoga. I'm on my Manduka today. All right, let's go ahead and hug those knees in one more time. Give them a good squeeze. Press the tailbone down. Oh, and I already forgot something. We're going to lengthen that leg out again. We're going to push into the heel on that right leg. Lift the hips and roll over and take that left leg across the right side. Cactus in the arms, shoulders are on the floor. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Remember, that knee doesn't have to go all the way to the floor. I'd rather that knee stay up than this shoulder leave the mat. So we're getting a nice deep stretch across, maybe in the hips, depending on what other kind of activities you're doing during this quarantine. Deep breath in and out. Good. One more breath here. And then bring it back to center. And we're going to start with a few bridges here. So just real gentle warming up the body. You can have the palms flat on the floor, thumbs just tightly tucked underneath the bum a little bit. Squeeze the eyes of the elbows in towards the rib cage. Press the low back and everything into the floor, the whole spine. And then lift the toes up and away from the mat. Squeeze the heels towards the glutes. As you inhale, peel the spine up one vertebra at a time. We're going to just do a few elevated bridges, lowering and lifting with the breath. Good. Coiling up and down with that breath. Inhale, lift. Squeeze the heels towards the hands. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale, lower. And you don't actually have to actively squeeze the glutes unless you really want to focus on it. They're going to automatically activate and support the low back on their own. And that's kind of the way that I prefer to focus on it. The hamstrings are going to tighten up no matter what because they've got good flexion here. One more breath. We're going to come up and hold right here. Walk those shoulders underneath you a little bit more if you want to. Press the palms into the floor. You can also clasp the hands underneath you if you'd like. Your choice. Roll up onto the outer edges of those upper arms. Pull the heels in towards the hands. Deep breath. Notice if your knees are falling out. Pushing that big toe mound just a little bit more so they continue to track forward. You can also put a block or a towel between the legs to make sure that doesn't happen. Good, and exhale, slowly lower down. From here, we're going to just take a candlestick variation of a shoulder stand. I like to start my classes out with this. If you have any kind of neck injuries, make sure you're not looking over at me at the computer screen. And if you want to watch where I'm going first, you're welcome to. Eyes up and overhead so no pressure goes on the neck in the wrong position. Nobody needs to stroke out with us today. We're going to go ahead and pull the knees in, roll up and away from the floor, hands to the low back, walk up into those elbows. From here, legs can start to hang overhead. You can always elevate a little higher if you want to, or you can move more into a plow position up and overhead. Just see what feels good. Lengthen out through the back of the neck. We're going to start to build a little heat. If you want to make some shapes with the legs, you are more than welcome to. Just play with it here for a moment. Feel supported. Lengthen up through the spine. This is really weird without any music, you guys. So I hope you've got some tunes playing at home. From here, now if you couldn't get the bum off the floor, you can always elevate up on a pillow or a block. And when it's time to come down, go ahead and just pull those knees into the chest, plant the hands, use that abdominal strength to slowly lower down to the mat. Good, so from here, give yourself one big body stretch, nice and long. Good, as you exhale, go ahead and slowly bring the body up and away from the floor. You can hold on to the backs of the knees here, finding the sit bones, feet lower or higher, your choice. You get to decide what you want to do today. We're going to go for some boat poses. Inhale, begin to open and yawn the body. Hands can stay down by the hips or up and overhead. Exhale, push straight back up. Good. Inhale, lengthen the body. Exhale, pulse it up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull. Good. We've got 3 more. Here's 3. Don't forget to move with the breath. And 2. Good. Bring it up. Back stays pressing forward. And last one, nice and long. And roll on up from here. We're going to cross the ankles. Move on to all fours. Good. So if you have weights, you can have them nearby. We're going to use those in just a moment. But right now, I want you to open the knees just a little bit wider in your tabletop position. Keep those toes curled under. And we're going to just shift the hips from side to side. And you can really start to accentuate it and almost draw like some half circles. If you want to take it all the way forward, you can. And just pay attention to how the spine wants to move today. We're going to try and get all 5 movements along the spine throughout our practice and our workout. Good. Excellent job. So from here, we're going to come to all fours again with the knees a little closer together this time. And slowly begin to extend that right leg nice and long. Press out through a flexed foot. Take a deep breath. Inhale, lengthen out the left arm. Good, notice if that shoulder's up in the air, see if you can squeeze it back and down, plug it into the shoulder socket. And from here, as we exhale, round elbow to knee, lifting up through the back body, and then slowly lengthen out as you inhale. So create space with the in-breath, Tuck it in with the out breath. Good. And as usual, I usually like to do things in sets of 3 or 108, unless of course it's this class. So we're gonna do 2 more. Round it in. Focus on that balance. You can always do this without the arm movement. Good. Reach it out nice and long. Good. Now from here, you can set that front hand down. We're going to pivot that foot that we're resting on and go ahead and take a modified side plank nice and high. From here, if you want, you can reach back and grab hold of that foot. Good. Enjoy the back bend. Open the chest. Flex the quad, and then lengthen it long. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, send everything back to the mat. Good, a couple more little circles through the hips. Good. And back to center. Good, from here, lengthen out the left leg nice and long. Good, try and keep it level. Make sure that hip doesn't open up too much. We want to support the low back. Belly's tightly pulled in here. When you're ready, lengthen the right arm as you inhale. And then exhale, coil and round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Good, we've got 3 more. Good, so 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Good, exhale, last one, squeeze it in. Lengthen it out, nice and long. Set that hand down, kickstand that foot beneath you. Start to open up into that modified side plank. You can always come lower with that foot if you want to. And if it's feeling like that back bend is yours, go ahead and reach back for that foot. It's a good chest and shoulder opener as well. Deep breaths all the while. Send that leg long again, arm up and overhead. Exhale, hands come back to the mat, knee comes back to the mat, level everything out. We're gonna go knees wide, toes touching, just a nice big strong child's pose. Lengthen it out, push down into the palms. While you're there, take a deep breath. I'm gonna sneak a glass of water, not a glass, a sip right here. Good. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and come up. Now we're gonna address something that I know a lot of my shape junkies love to do, and that's that chaturanga and that upward facing dog. We're gonna have plenty of time to work out today. If it's in your practice and you feel strong and safe in it, we're gonna go through one variation of it today, right now. But if you wanna add a vinyasa, I've got a couple extras that you can do. So instead of that upward facing dog today, if you wanna take them Anahatasana, that heart melting pose that we did on Sunday together, you're more than welcome. And also, if you wanna take that Cobra, I invite you to come from a plank, drop the knees, press it back, and then pull forward and through. And that can be your vinyasa as well. If you also just prefer that regular push-up position, straight down to that Cobra, you can do that. So lots of options. I'll try to remember to add those in for you. I might forget. But those of you that want to do that upward facing dog, we're going to move through some Cobras first, just to make sure that spine's really warmed up. Take your first downward facing dog. Maybe it's of the day. I don't know. Maybe you leaped out of bed this morning and jumped into your first down dog. But just walk it out, level the hips, bend through the knees, press the heart back to the thighs if you find that buoyancy in the fingers and the toes. And then really plug down into the big toe mound and the balls of the feet. See if you can lift all 10 toes up and away from the floor here and get a little bounce, a little lift, and a little softening through the knees. Good, push away through the fingers. And on the next breath, inhale, round forward high plank. Fastest way to heat the body is to, of course, engage through the core. That's not just the abdominals, it's the low back and the thighs. Go ahead and push it back, eyes forward, eyes forward, eyes forward. Bend the knees, down dog. Inhale, roll it forward, trickle forward, one vertebrae at a time, as if you were just an ocean wave coming to shore. Eyes come out in front, heels reach back, stretch through those calf muscles, and then eyes stay forward, bend the knees, lift the hips, push back, and lengthen. One more time, inhale, round forward to that beautiful high plank position. Pausing at the top, eyes come to the top of the mat. You can drop the knees here if you want to, or keep them elevated. Exhale, lower all the way down, elbows squeezing back to the hips. Go ahead and uncurl those toes here for a moment. And then walk those hands off your mat, come onto your fingertips, elbows wide. a nice big broad Cobra Bhujangasana. All 10 toenails are locked to the earth. Good, kind of roll out the shoulders here. Exhale down, come back for that traditional Cobra. The hands are a little further back than what you might be familiar with. Keep the toes nice and tight to the floor. Inhale, round and lift. Exhale, lower. One more time, same ocean wave, ripple up and lower. Good, so from here, belly button in, pubic bone down, and then go ahead and lift the heart just enough to pull the elbows back. We've engaged into a nice little teeny tiny baby Cobra. And then with the knees either in the mat or the quads flexed up and away from the floor, inhale, rise to plank. From here, exhale, downward facing dog. And we're gonna go ahead and come down and drop to the knees. We're gonna get into those weights really quick. So go ahead and take one of your weights. You can use 1, 2, 3, 5 pounders. You can go grab something out of your pantry and use some canned corn if you want to. And from here, we're gonna go ahead and either be on the hands or on the forearms, your choice, whatever feels better for the wrists for you. You can also come up onto those fists if that's more comfortable. And from here, with the left toes curled under, we're gonna elevate that right knee and we're gonna bring it up and down. Up and down, up, down. Feel that squeeze, up and down. We've got 8 more. 8. Good. Keep the hips level. 7, 6, 5, 4. Good. Nice and controlled. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to pulse it here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Hips stay level. 2, 1. Bring it all the way down. Go ahead and take that weight, switch it over to that left side. And before we get going, just stretch that leg out just a little bit. Set that knee down again. Make sure that that weight is in the back of the knee on the left side. And then keeping everything tightly pulled into the belly. Elevate that thigh. Keep the foot flexed. And here we go for our next round. Bring it down and up. I feel like Jane Fonda. Down and up. Isn't it fun? Down and up. Feel that squeeze. Down and up. Good. So we've got 8 more right here. 8. Keep the hips level. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to pulse it out for 8, 7, 6, eyes forward, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice little warm up there. Release that. Let go of that weight. We're going to just set them at the top now, and then lengthen that leg out. Good. From here, we're going to go ahead and slowly come back into that downward facing dog. Stretch it out. See how it feels. You know those hamstrings. Step the feet a little bit wider. Walk the hands all the way back. And get into a nice, long, deep stretch. You can walk the hands slightly forward. Pull from traction into the fingertips of the floor. If your fingers don't make it to the floor, you can always bend your knees, or you can always come up on blocks here. Good. Wiggle the toes a little bit. Shimmy the hips side to side. And then when you're ready, slowly begin to walk out long again. Downward facing dog. Big toes come together to touch. From here, inhale that right leg back behind you. And as you exhale, coil shoulders over wrist, knee to nose. Inhale, lift, keep that hip level. Exhale, take it underneath you to that left elbow, eyes counting forward, and then slowly lift. Good, see if you can hug that heel in as close to the booty as you can, outside of the right elbow, eyes forward instead of down. Inhale, lift. When we bring our eyes forward, it reminds us where to go. Take it underneath you, left. Good, and high. Underneath you and right, eyes forward, body strong, create space between the shoulders, and lift one more time each side. Left, you can always set your back knee down, and lift. Exhale, right. Good, and lift. Set that foot down. Now if you need to come down and just roll out the wrist right now, you can. You can grab a quick drink of water if you want. And then we'll go into the other side. Toes are curled under. Downward facing dog with a nice bent knee. Toes are together to touch. Left leg high this time. Bring it knee to nose, round shoulders over wrist. Trickle and rise. Inhale. Take it underneath you. Eyes track forward and lift. Good. Outside of that left, come forward. Weight in the fingers and lift. Hips stay level. One more time. Right. Lift and left. Long body. And lift. Good. From here, we'll move into that plank pose. Inhale, round forward, high plank. Take a couple of deep breaths. You can shift the weight side to side a little bit. Good. Couple of deep breaths. Excellent job. Downward facing dog. We're going to move into our first little cardio set just for a moment before we move into a big flow. So right now, grab a quick drink. Towel off if you need it. We'll meet in that down dog. Inhale, come forward to that high plank. I've got a timer on my phone, which I had meant to have going, and I don't know my password. Ready? Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Climbers right here, 30 seconds. If you get tired, feel free to pike that booty a little bit. Knees to chest. You can always do this on the forearms. Stay nice and long. Breathe. You're halfway there. See if you can pick up the pace. Breathe. Breathe. Come on. There you go. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank pose. Exhale all the way down. Take that little back bend of your choice. Lift the heart. Exhale. Bring it down. And plank to downward facing dog. I've got a dog here with me helping us out today. Go ahead and slowly step the big toes together to touch. Right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge all the way to the top of the mat. Drop your back knee, toes stay curled under. Inhale, reach and rise. Good. Exhale, lengthen. Pull the hip crease back. And reach and rise. Climb your way up. Exhale. And just start to find the fluidity in the motion. Good. And breathe. Good. From here, we're going to go ahead and lift that back knee. Reach all the way up. Come down. Take a twist. So now the weight comes into the left hand. Reach up high with the right. Find that alignment, knee over ankle. Shoulder blades plug back. Exhale, lower down. Drop your back heel. Open up warrior two. Very simple flow. You guys have done this one with me before. And just rock side to side. Feel those side bodies starting to open up. Good. Let's go ahead and reverse our warrior. Inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Move through a flow if you want to. It can be a plank, cobra, or up dog, or you can drop to your knees and take that heart-melting pose into a sphinx if you want to. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Big toes together to touch. Left leg high, inhale. Good, bring it forward and through. Good. From here, drop that knee, maintain that crescent lunge, and slowly inhale, sweep it up. Good, lengthen out the left leg, pull the toes towards the face. And breathe, bring it up. Beautiful job. Take it down long. Pull it back, and that leg can be straight-ish. It doesn't have to be all the way straight out. And rise. One more time. I'm starting to get sweaty. How about you guys at home? Anything? All right, go ahead and lift that knee back behind you. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Good, take it down. Weight into the right hand, slowly reach up, just like an archer, pulling back his arrow here. Push down to that big toe mound. Exhale, we're gonna roll all the way around, dropping that heel, warrior two, face the other side. All right, so from here, check out both arms. We're gonna just weave back and forth again. Settle in, and then go ahead and reverse that warrior. Make sure you're still facing the side of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Moving into that flow with the weights if you want to now. We're gonna change it up a little bit, big toes together to touch. Let's go ahead and lift that right leg high. Bring it forward and through. Lunge. You can set that back knee down if you want to, but from here, we're gonna slowly reach the arms up and overhead. We're gonna bend the back knee, exhale down, press up, down, and up. Good, down and up. You can hold this statically if you want, down and up. We've got 4 more. Good, 4, 3, good, keep those elbows wide, 2, and 1, and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, elbows wide, 3, 2, 1, inhale up high, exhale, drop the weight on that left hand, slowly come up and twist, take it up high. Now from here, you're gonna wrap that weight underneath you for 8, bring it up high. And 7, curl in, bicep curl underneath, high. Good, 6, bring it in, press it up. 5, long spine, you can always drop that back knee. 4, great job. 3, and 2. Good, last one, bring it down with control, bring it up with control, and slowly drop your back heel. Pick up that weight in the left hand if you're using them, warrior 2. Good, from here, inhale, straighten out that leg. You can go ahead and pivot the toes so they're slightly turned out. And we're gonna take nice deep squats right here. If you wanna add a bicep curl, it's down and up, down and up. Lean back, shoulders back, away from the collarbone. Beautiful job. We've got 4 more. 3, good. Sink down into those hips, 2. Last one. Good, warrior 2. Breathe. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let go of those weights. Move through that flow if you want it. I'm gonna pause and take a water break. We'll meet in downward facing dog in just a moment. All right. So from downward facing dog, going on to the other side here. So big toes together to touch, left leg high. Lightly step it between the hands, and you can set that knee down, remember, rising up into your crescent lunge. We're gonna move into that same exercise that we had before, bending through that back knee, sink down and up, down and up. Good, a little, keep that bend in that front knee. Good, shoulders stay back, body stays long. 4, good. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna pulse it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up high. Exhale, drop your right weight down into the mat and slowly pull it up into that runner's lunge twist. Bring it down for that curl. For 8, and high, pull that hip crease down and back. 7, good. 6, I have to say good to myself. I gotta keep going, right? 5, how are we doing out there? 4, I hope you've got some tunes rocking. 3, keep that bend in the knee. 2, good job, and 1. Take it up nice and high. Good. Exhale, lower down, pick up that weight. Go ahead and rise all the way up, warrior 2 again. Good. This time, I'm gonna go ahead and face you. This time, pigeon toe those feet in slightly. Inhale, arms come out wide. Good, now bend at the elbows. And we're gonna stay right here. Good, so from the side, spine stays long. Stick that booty out. Good, we've got 8, 7. Little bend in the knees if you want. 6, 5, 4, squeeze it back. 3, nice work. 2, last one, pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set those weights down towards the top of your mat or off to the side. Take a nice wide forward fold here, nice and deep. I'm going to go ahead and get the same position that you guys are in. Good, nice and long. And just move side to side. You can bend through each knee if you want to. Good, and when you're ready, with strong spine, roll all the way up. Pivot that front foot, warrior 2. You can use the weights if you want to. And take it all the way back down to the mat. Good, pedal out those feet. Move through that flow if you like it, if you got it. Don't burn out those shoulders, or do. But make sure you've got great form on the way in and out. We'll meet in that downward facing dog. I'm gonna grab a quick drink of water. And we've got some more cardio coming up right now. So if you like that flow, you can go through it again, or you can join me. We've got some fun stuff. So from here, we're gonna go through a little flow just for a second. Right leg high, inhale, bring it forward and through, drop that back heel. You can take one or both weights if you want to. I'm gonna do it without weights today, just to kind of show you what we're doing. Come all the way up, warrior 2, straighten out that leg. Arms come up and overhead. Now if you don't have weights, just clasp those hands. Elbows can be bent a little bit. But we're gonna move towards the top of our mat. Notice that toe is still turned forward. You can pivot in slightly if you want to. You're gonna feel that groin and length in the inner thigh. We're gonna work those obliques right here. Good. Breathe. Notice if there's any pinching, pay attention to that. We want to feel strong and long. Don't go so far down that you're feeling any kind of hindrance to the body. We've got 5, 4, 3, squeeze those hands, 2, and 1. Hold right here, squeeze for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, lean back, 2, and 1, warrior 2. Breathe right here. Nice static pause. Collect the breath, collect your composure. Excellent work. From here, pivot towards the long end of your mat. Go ahead and take it all the way down to the back of your mat in a downward facing dog, hips nice and high. Move through that flow, drop to your knees, whatever you gotta do. Listen to your body. Good. From here, big toes touch. Left leg is gonna go high. Bring it forward and through, drop that back heel. Warrior 2. Good. So I did this selfishly so I could see you the whole time. I didn't have to stare at my ass. Inhale, straighten up that leg, arms come up and overhead. Remember, you can turn that foot in slightly if you want to on that left side. Squeeze nice and long. Now find where you hit that edge, right? Down and up. So I've got a lot of asymmetry in my body. So when I do these lateral movements, I find I don't have quite as much range of motion on one side over the other. And it's a bit trying at times. Make sure those hands are really squeezed. You can switch your grip from last time. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make sure that hip is still in front of you. Good. And 8, 7, pull, 6, 5, 4, 3, squeeze. 1, warrior 2, back of your mat. Good. Let the hips anchor you. Now notice if you can see yourself on the screen or not, or if you've got a mirror nearby, or if you just can feel it in your body with the shoulders stacked over the hips here. Notice that arm starts to drop as we get tired. So keep it nice and long behind you. From here, inhale, spring up all the way to the other end of the mat, downward facing dog. Good. So from here, we're gonna move into Malasana. So you're gonna take a nice big hopper step, land on the outside of the hands there. Good. Now if the heels don't touch the floor, if you've got your towel, you can roll it up under the heels or you can step the feet closer together. Inhale, press into the hands, lift the heart. Exhale, lower that left hand to the mat, reach up high. Exhale, down. Release that hand to the mat and twist. Good. Go ahead and come back into that Malasana at the top of your mat. We've got 30 seconds where we're gonna be moving from that plank or down dog. I'm a little rounded here, so we wanna make sure that we stay lifted and elevated, push the tailbone down. And we're gonna hop to this position, okay? It's gonna look like this. So we come here to here, here to here. Now, if you only get halfway up your mat, that's okay. Are you ready? We've got 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Hop it out. You can always bring the hands back to the heart. Right here. There we go. Good. You're a third of the way in. Keep that spine long. Body strong. Be that tough guy. You've got it. Find your edge. Work to your limit. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, land in Malasana, top of the mat right here. Breathe. Good. Settle into those hips. In through the nose, out through the mouth when you can. Excellent job. I'm going easy on you today because I don't have the music. So from here, we're just gonna work into those legs a little bit. Inhale, straighten up those legs. Legs stay wide. So at the top of your mat, just kind of lengthen out the side ribs. Lengthen out the hamstrings for a second. Good, so from here, all we're gonna be doing, hands can stay on the floor if you want to. You're gonna be dropping left knee in and up, right knee in and up. You're gonna get a nice good callus on that big toe mound. So let's go ahead and drop left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. 3. Come on, stay with me. 2. Stick that tailbone back. Last one. This side right here. Forward fold, legs wide. Grasp each elbow, sway like an elephant's trunk, side to side. Hi, Zoe. Good. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the top of my mat. We're going to move all the way back down into that Malasana. Body nice and long. Deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze down. Length through the spine. Excellent work. Good. So from here, we're going to lower all the way down to the mat. You can just drop your booty down. Lengthen those legs. Come all the way back to the back of the mat. It's going for a little booty walk. And we're going to turn it into something really fun in just a second. So you can have a weight if you want. I always just like that resistance of squeezing the palms together. Legs long, we're in Dandasana with the arms up and overhead. And walk it to the top of the mat. Lift up through those obliques. Moving forward on the sit bones. When you get to the top of your mat, you can go ahead and start walking it back. All right, so I put something in here today that I'm not great at, that I don't love, but I was inspired by my friend Angie online yesterday, doing these magnificent push-ups, walking forward. We've got 2 more walks forward. So we are doing some push-ups today. It's gonna help you with those chaturangas. We're gonna do military style or chaturanga. I'm gonna be working on my military push-ups because they need a lot of work. You can use knees down or up, your choice. Keep squeezing those weights or those hands. Nice and strong. Good. One more time forward. We can do this. Good. Notice if your body's starting to collapse forward. Keep those arms up high. Elbows strong and wide. Lift through the chest. And walk it back. Okay. So this is where we're going to add those push-ups now. This is what it's going to look like. Walk back through your booty walk. Real abdominal focus. Cross the ankles. Plant the hands. Come into 3 push-ups. Drop the knees, cross the ankles. Back of the mat, booty walk. Right here. You're gonna get a nice, beautiful forward fold and a nice big back bend in just a moment. Walk it back with me. Good. We're just doing this 2 more times, so 3 sets total. Cross those ankles. Roll it over. If you've got 5 push-ups in you, go for it. I'm dropping my knees for the next 2. Keep those toes locked to the earth. Ankles crossed, go back. Good, booty walk, let's go. Good, strong back. Notice where you start to curl. Press those sit bones down and slide them across the mat. And back. Last round of push-ups right here, sort of. All right, we're getting there. Great job. All right, here we go. Last round of push-ups. How many can you do? I might stick with my 5. 3 up for me. Oh, these are my nemesis. And then go ahead and slowly take it back to a child's pose, knees wide. Grab that drink of water if you want to. We're gonna take 30 seconds of rest. All right, we're gonna finish strong. So, this is where you're gonna see me die with you today. I try to really go big on the last part of our workout. We've just got a couple minutes left. So we're gonna do some yoga burpees. That option of that push-up is gonna be in there. While you guys are resting, I'm gonna show you where we're going. We move from that down dog into stuff that we already know. So we're hopping forward, jump, down, hop back with loose elbows. Take your push-up if you choose. Good. And then hop it forward. That's how we're finishing today. If you want to eliminate that jump at the top of the mat, if you want to eliminate that push-up, you can. But I want you to count out how many you've got. We're going to start in 5. Deep breath. 4. Down dog. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. 30 seconds, you guys. That's all you have to do. Stay with me. It's not going to be pretty, but we'll make it. Oh. Get that last bit of HIIT energy. Come on, guys. Oh my God. I can't believe how tired I already am. We're almost there. Good job. 3, 2, and 1. Oh man, that last one was kind of pathetic for me. I did this workout before we practiced together because I was a little nervous about doing all this workout online. Here's Zoe, she's coming to give me a congratulations. I want to thank you guys all so much. We're just gonna stretch it out now. So take a downward facing dog. Take a couple deep breaths. As soon as you get that breath back, grab a drink of water. Good. I opted to not throw in one more round of mountain climbers. You're welcome, Taryn. Drop to those knees, guys. Come back onto those sit bones. And find those sit bones. Widen them out. Move that cushy from your tushy there. Good. We're going to take a few cactus arms, elbows up high, or sorry, arms nice and long, elbows out wide. Good. Inhale, hinge forward a little bit. Good. And lift. You can always bend the knees here. And reach. Good. And come down and hold right here. You can reach for those big toes if you want to. Grab hold of those sides. I sometimes like to just cross my arms and help get a little traction as I pull my heart forward. Imagine, even though we're in a forward bend, we're still engaging that back bend sensation through the chest and the collarbone. Breathe. Good. You deserve some time to restore today. Make sure you get outside if the sun is shining. And even if it's not, see if you can just stand on your porch if you're in an apartment. Or if you could just open a window, get the breeze. Spring is almost here. I think it's supposed to be here, but we're still getting snow sometimes here in Montana. Good. From here, go ahead and slowly come up. We're going to go ahead and bring that left leg in and take it wide, okay? So we're going to get a little twist. So feel that inner thigh start to open up. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, twist. Now, if you felt that sit bone come up, push it down. Take a deep breath. Inhale. And exhale, root down. Inhale, left hand up and high. That was your kickstand. From here, if you want to just get a little bit more of a side stretch, you might even feel this more in the groin. Push that elbow into the inner thigh. If you feel the shoulder rounding forward, don't go any further. But if you're feeling good and you can reach over and grab hold of that leg, you can. All we care about is feeling a nice side stretch, feeling that inner thigh start to let go. If you do this at the expense of anything coming off the ground, go ahead and just lighten it up a little bit. Good, I love this pose. It gives you a nice body high. Inhale, reach all the way up with both hands. From here, left hand plants on the floor, and go ahead and reach forward, lift through the hips, push the hips forward towards me. Good, and then release down. Good, legs nice and wide here. Good. Take the hands back behind you, lift up nice and tall. For most of us, this is gonna be the perfect stretch. We don't wanna round the spine here, so we're not looking to reach all the way forward. We just want you right here, nice and upright. From here, right leg comes in, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, twist. Good, check in with that sit bone on that left leg. Flex the foot. Deep breaths in and out. Okay, well, next time we do this class, it's not just the puny little 30-second yoga burpees, okay? You can hold me to that. I'll work on them in the meantime, okay? I honestly haven't done any cardio besides my bike. So this hit workout was really gonna get me today. I was a little nervous. Reach that backhand off the floor if you'd like to. Take that twist continuously. You can also release that hand and continue to stretch over that long leg. Good, check in. As you're running forward, reach it back. Feel length through that under rib cage too. When you're ready to come up, get that nice body high on the in-breath. Exhale, plant the right hand, stretch forward first, roll it up, lift through the hips. Good. And slowly bring it down, coming back into that wide-legged straddle again. Notice where those sit bones are. Good, this time we're gonna go ahead and shift our weight over that right knee. Inhale up high. Exhale, go ahead and come forward. Now, if you can't touch the foot, that's okay. Take the hands to the floor, temp the fingers, and we're trying to twist the belly button towards the knee. Sometimes if you can't reach the foot, grab hold of the outer edge, the pinky toe side of that foot with the opposite arm to give you that nice deep stretch. Pull the heart forward. Good, maintain that shape of a back bend, or at least that illusion of that back bend, instead of dropping into the pose. Good. Inhale, let's come all the way up. And let's go ahead and pivot all the way to the other side. Okay, this side's a little tighter for me. Breathe. How are we feeling? You still with me? You might have done the workout, but you still got to do the stretch. Still got to release everything. Beautiful job. Inhale up high. And as you exhale, let's go ahead and find downward facing dog again. One more time. Well, it's going to be two more times, to be honest. We're going to bring that leg forward and through into your lunge. Pause right here. Heel toe that foot across behind the opposite wrist. Drop the back knee. Now plant the palms, lower that front knee. You can peel that heel in as much as you want to. Keep the back toes curled under for the back bend portion. Walk the hands out wide as if we were in that hooded cobra that we started with today. Make sure the thigh is reaching to the floor. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, elbows wide. Pull the heartstrings forward. Now round up through the back side of the heart. Lift. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Good. So this is your chance to talk your body into that recovery mode. Inhale, last time. This time, lower all the way down. You can uncurl those toes if you want to. Take a moment here on the floor just to completely disengage. If this is an uncomfortable place for you, you can stack the fists. You can stack the forearms. You can even come to the elbows and bring the thumbs to the third eye. Whatever it takes to get some sort of connection to the earth with that third eye. Notice if you're rolling over into that right hip, keep everything engaged and long on the left so that that thigh on the left doesn't leave the floor. It doesn't round open. If you notice any knee issues, flex that front foot. Deepen the breath. See if you can expand the belly towards that lower leg. And then as you inhale the next breath, curl the toes, walk the hands under the shoulders, rise up. Heel, just bring that knee in just a little bit and slowly launch that leg high. Set it down. Big toes are together still. And take that left leg high. Good. From here, runner's lunge. Drop the back knee, heel toe that foot across, and set everything down, just like before. Make sure that that hip doesn't roll open on the right side. Everything's facing forward. Temp those fingers again. Exhale, heart pulse. Round and puff. Ocean wave flow through each vertebrae. Round and lift. It's a nice little pipeline. Build it right here. Exhale and melt. Uncurl the toes if you'd like. Pause. Take a moment of reflection. Make sure you got a little sweaty today, I hope. And remember, this class today, this is just a variation of our shape class. It's by no means how a traditional shape class would go. We've combined HIIT training, a few booty exercises, and also just a little tiny bit of flow today. So I hope that once we open up, you can practice with me either online or in the studio. And we'll have some fun, really rocking out to some music. We get some dance moves going. It's pretty fun. Yeah. Pull the heart towards the mat. Really important to do this stretching. Go ahead and press into the palms. Inhale, lift. Good. Walk that knee forward just a little bit and launch that foot nice and high. Set it down. Knees wide, big toes touch. Child's pose right here. Let everything start to soften into the mat. Walk your hands over to the right side. Take a big breath. And then walk it over to the left side. Take a big breath over here. Back to center. Come up to all fours. Cross those ankles. Pull all the way over. Sit up into Dandasana one more time. Make sure there's enough room to lay all the way down back behind you. Inhale, fingertips forward. Stay engaged. Exhale, shoulder blades meet and engage behind you. Now coil the belly button down towards the floor, one vertebrae at a time as you take that in breath. Arms up and overhead, big stretch here. And exhale, knees come into the space of the heart. Any last little bit of a movement that you want? Maybe it's a traditional happy baby, maybe it's just kind of rocking from side to side. I really enjoy bringing my feet in Baddha Konasana, rounding the spine, gazing forward, building a little traction in the spine, opening up the neck and the shoulders. And then as soon as you're ready, go ahead and lower down. You can bring the feet together or the legs can go wide. Turn the palms face up, turn the head side to side so that you can massage the back of the skull a little bit, find that perfect place to rest. And we'll take 5 deep breaths into Shavasana together here. Come back to lengthening out the inhale. Pause and lengthen out the exhale. We have a pug that's joining us if anybody heard that snort. He's working on his pranayama too. Two more beautiful breaths, drawing all that prana and energy into the body. Letting it go with the exhale. You can let that last breath sigh out of your mouth. You're more than welcome to stay here, but if you'd like to come out of your practice, wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. And then when you're ready, roll onto that. I'm rolling onto my left side, but roll into that right side and pause there for a moment. And then just use that left hand to push yourself up into that seated position. See if you can keep the eyes closed for as long as possible here. We'll end our practice with the palms face up to bring in the vibrancy of our day, no matter what it is that you have in store. Maybe you've got some craft projects. Maybe it's more workouts or yoga practices. I just sincerely want to thank you for joining me and being here and being with us here at Black Orchid. We really miss seeing you each and every day. Thank you all. Have a wonderful, beautiful quarantine. And until the next time, namaste. Thanks for joining me, guys.